there's remaining time, we'll ask questions.
Perfect, perfect. Y'all ready for me? Sister Cities of Nashville promotes cultural understanding, respect, tolerance, and peace. We build bridges to people and communities around the world. We help shape the reflection and direction of Nashville as a global city. Sister Cities is part of the world's oldest and largest volunteer network of citizen diplomats. We are a chapter of Sister Cities International that was founded by President Eisenhower in 1956 following World War II as a way to promote peace through citizen diplomacy. We're a part of a network of 500 plus U.S. communities with 2,300 international partnerships on 6 continents. Today, Sister Cities is the only organization promoting sustained, open-ended, city-level exchanges and partnerships that cut across all parts of the community. Today, Nashville has 8 Sister City partners, and Metro Council and the mayor just signed a 9th into effect last month. Through our Sister City network, we touch the lives of many Nashvillians through myriad exchanges in business, in culture, in arts, and education. We're respectfully requesting $80,000 grant funding. We have 3 primary areas of work. We have adult exchanges. While not only serving as citizen diplomats, our adults also have the opportunity to build their personal and their professional network, both here and abroad. With our inbound exchanges from our sister cities, we're bringing leaders in business, government, nonprofit, education, and culture to Nashville. Another area of work are our student exchange programs at the high school and the university level. Through home hosting or traveling to our sister city, our student ambassador program annually reaches over 1,000 Nashvillians, students, their families, their peers, their classmates, their teachers. And thirdly, since our mission is all about connecting people of diverse backgrounds, we offer or participate in a series of free family-friendly events throughout the year. These events typically reach over 30,000 Nashvillians, be it the Cherry Blossom Festival, our Kite Flying Festival, Music City Irish Fest, French Fest, Celebrate Nashville. We have 2 kind of new areas of programming for 2020 because 2020 marks our 30th anniversary year. So while it's in the planning stages, we do plan to, our goal is to bring representatives from all of our sister city partners to Nashville for some sort of summit or forum. And also I mentioned we have a 9th sister city, treaty still to be signed, but it's Chengdu China. And Chengdu, as per the Chinese government, is going to be the music city of China. We feel like it's going to open some terrific doors for professionals here and for business investment. It's a city of 16 million people, and the Chinese citizens are really traveling and spending money. We see it in our student exchange program, so we're excited about that opportunity. As far as impact, with any of our exchanges, inbound and outbound, we're creating direct and indirect economic impact through hotel stays, through dining, through retail sales, tax revenue, employment. Further, these exchanges bring lawyers, they do bring lawyers, but they bring mayors and other elected officials to Nashville that allow our elected officials to interact and share best practices. With our outbound exchanges, we're promoting Nashville to very receptive audiences. They're our sister cities. We create opportunities for business and cultural exchange. Last year alone, we had 24 inbound and outbound student and adult exchanges. With regards to economic impact, I can direct you to the Sister Cities International website, where they used Nashville as a pilot for an economic impact study they did 3 years ago. They hired a third party out of California, and bottom line, they found that Sister Cities of Nashville had a direct and indirect economic impact of $27 million annually. Now, We have a very unsophisticated way of tracking our data, but this past year we tracked overnight stays, volunteer hours, festivals, events and such that we participated in. And without multipliers and all that stuff, we came to a $1.5 million direct economic impact, not indirect. As far as specific outcomes, this past year we went to Edmonton, Canada, where we participated not only in learning about their artificial intelligence initiatives, where they're leaders, their transit, their city growth. We attended the Edmonton Heritage Festival, which has been named by UNESCO as the world's largest cultural festival. It's a 3-day festival attracting upwards of 350,000 to 400,000 people. They have 75 international pavilions. It's a very multicultural city, but there was not a U.S. pavilion. So we're going to fix that this year. In August, we will have a U.S. pavilion that will be Nashville focused. We'll have food and music representing the South and Nashville in Edmonton. Concurrently, the Citadel Theater, which is the largest theater in Canada, is running a Johnny Cash Ring of Fire show. So they want to turn the Citadel Theater into Nashville. So we're going to get Klingons and with all of our iconic images around Nashville, and also serve food and drink from our city. So it's a wonderful opportunity to educate our sister city folks, influencers, more on Nashville. There are other festivals that focus on Nashville and our sister cities or country music. For 3 years now, Magdeburg, Germany has hosted a Nashville Days Festival. In Tamworth, they have Tamworth, Australia, they have the world's largest country music festival. We had a booth there this year promoting trips to CMA, to have giveaways, tourism brochures, and the like. We received a special grant, extra grant funding from Metro last year to implement a Nashville and Belfast program. So not only were we showcasing Nashville and Belfast through musical performances, culinary, we took delegates who were involved in a number of different sectors, and we had some terrific outcomes. So for example, the Tennessee Board of Regents now has an agreement with Belfast Met for community college students in both cities to participate in planned exchanges. Ulster University and Belmont University now have connections in art and design. Vanderbilt and Queen's University, which is coming here this weekend, continues to further their exchanges, their student exchanges. Also, at the education level, an outcome from Nashville and Belfast is Brandon Hill with the Mayor's Youth Council and Oasis Center facilitated a Skype exchange between Belfast students and Overton High students. And they talked about issues affecting their schools, like gun violence, diversity, and the like. Because of that, we are now partnering with the Nashville Conflict and Resolution Center this year, and we'll be providing interactive learning experiences for students of Nashville and Belfast, leveraging both of our historical significance of our cities, civil rights movement here, and the Troubles in Northern Ireland. We'll work with Belfast City Youth Council to have 2 or 3 live video conferences with Nashville students focused on international conflict and peacemaking. The Conflict and Resolution Center will also work with Nashville Public Schools to provide conflict resolution training to student participants from 1 or more schools with vulnerable populations at risk of interpersonal violence. In the arts area, Nashville and Belfast, there's a fabulous organization called Cinemagic. We previewed a movie that they produced with Belfast, kind of an underserved population of Belfast students and students in LA. They put on worked over a 2-week period and produced an incredible movie. Cinemagic will come here now this fall. We've already talked to McGavick, Nashville School of the Arts in Hillsborough, to involve their students working alongside Belfast students to create music videos together. Also, as a result of that Nashville and Belfast, there will now be an inward bound from Belfast technician to Nashville this fall. So it reached a lot of different sectors. Now, outside of Belfast, last year, we had a reciprocal artist exchange for the first time. We had artists from Nashville travel to Germany, work alongside German artists, create art there. They also worked with French artists. So now there's a public display of some Nashville artwork in Magdeburg. Then we invited artists from Germany and Argentina to come here. We worked with the Arts and Business Council. They put on a panel discussion on creating community, an international artist forum. These artists also worked alongside other artists from Nashville. They toured local studios, museums, galleries, and they created art while they were here, which we sold at our World of Friendship annual fundraiser and auction. After an artist exchange, we have a new level to our Caen, France exchange. Caen is in Normandy. We've had a long-standing partnership between our bar associations where attorneys from both sides of the pond go back and forth and participate in comparative legal seminars and get CLE credit. We're adding a medical component this year where we'll have medical professionals travel to Caen this fall to look at their universities, their medical schools, and tour their hospitals to share best practices. Another new initiative that's now kicking off is our partnership with the Girl Scouts. We have the opportunity, right now we have students from Antioch to Sylvan Park who are working on their Sister Cities of Nashville badge, working on everything from travel brochures to connecting with students in other parts of the world through our Sister City relationships. Our student exchanges are another huge impact area for us. They use it, Sister Cities experiences on their college application essays. It helps them determine what they want to do in the future. They now have brothers and sisters halfway around the world. They have learned to appreciate the differences that we have while also celebrating the similarities. We have 17 Nashville area high schools represented in our student ambassador and youth advisory program. They did a service project this year where they decorated and stuffed holiday stockings for refugee children through Nations Ministries. As you can see, we're a very collaborative organization. We work with a number of groups from Conexión Americas to Turk to NICE to Nashville Bar Association, Nashville Public Library, the Zoo, the Symphony, Predators, etc. As you know, we live in an increasingly global society, and where locally now 1 in 6 are foreign-born. For Nashville to attract investments and jobs, we need to build an open-minded, global, and diverse workforce. The very foundation of Sister Cities, mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation, works to achieve that at all levels of society. Done.
Really quickly, what is the annual operating budget for your chapter?
Right now, it's $160,000.
And I know you mentioned the 24 exchanges in and outbound. Within that, how many people participated, how many Nashvillians participated in the inbound or the outbound?
In the inbound or the outbound, we had, let's see, it's in here. It was well over 100 because I know that's what we put in our recipient information.
And then my last question. I know you mentioned the $13,000 in financial aid that was provided to students for the exchanges. Do you know how many students that impacted?
Not off the top of my head. We had we were the recipients of a grant, actually 2 grants last year that allowed us a lot of extra money, but it was a good number of students. I want to say typically we have 30% of students who apply for financial aid.
think we're out of time.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
I went fast, I went a lot.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
If you all would like, I have these annual, I know you have tons of information, I'd be happy to leave these for you. If not, if you don't want any more paper, I'll just.
I'd love to
I'd
have
love
one.
to have one. Yeah.
I'd love to have one.
There you
All
go.
right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all for your time and attention. I know this is a long day for you, a long couple of days for you. But I appreciate your kind attention.